In this video, I will be ranking and reviewing most of the footbags currently available on the American market. No matter your playstyle or skill level, my goal is to introduce you to new footbags and help grow the sport. Whether you are a brand new player, a casual hacky sack kicker, or an advanced freestyle footbag player, I will let you know what bags are right for you, how much they cost, and where you can find them. I will be ranking these as an average footbag player, so my scores will be based on how well they perform at stalling and doing basic tricks. I'll be breaking these up into different categories, starting with the one-offs and the oddballs. Alright, let's get right into it with the classic Sandmaster. It is a 14-panel, fine sand-filled footbag. They range from $8 to $5 each on worldfootbag.com. You can buy a dozen of these for $60. $5 each is a great price for a footbag. These range right around 58 grams out of the ones that I own. I do prefer my bags slightly heavier. However, these bags are good for kicking. They are really good for stalling. These are every beginner's best friend. Really, the biggest knock I have against it is its durability. Now, as you use these bags over time, they become very floppy. These big soft panels, they stretch out, and then you get these holes and gaps where it starts leaking sand. Now, with this being a cheap bag, I just use a dab of super glue anytime one gets a hole. Keep on playing. Honestly, not a bad foot bag. This is going to start off our list right at 70. Next up is the Sir Hemp Sandlord. This is a 12-panel hemp hacky sack. These run around $8 and weigh about 64 grams each. Now, these are great for kicking. However, these are very, very thick. You can tell they're durable. These are not great for stalling. Now, I am ranking these as an average footbag player. If you are a kicker, this bag's for you. But for playing freestyle footbags and stalls, these are not the best. I give this a 35. Up next is another kicking bag. This is the Mirage. It is a 14-panel plastic-filled foot bag. These only weigh about 42 grams, so they are very lightweight. And these are also very inexpensive at only about $6 each. Now, these foot bags are meant for kicking. These are not great for stalling, and because of that, it's going to be a 30. Next up is the Sand Hammer. This is 62 panels and sand filled. These run about $18 and weigh about 59 grams. Now, I had very high hopes when I bought this. At close to $20, you expect a very good foot bag. However, in my opinion, this bag is overfilled and hard to stall. If you want an $18 foot bag that's good for kicking, then I recommend it. However, most freestyle foot bag players are not going to want a bag filled this much. This is going to be a 40. And here we have the Stolly. This is a 4-panel sand-filled foot bag. These weigh about 56 grams each and only run about $5. Now, this is not a round foot bag. If you are trying to stall this and it lands on the flat side, awesome. If it lands on any of these corners, it's probably going to roll off your foot. It doesn't stall well. This is a 2.5. And next is the Squirt. This is a 32-panel steel and pellet-filled foot bag. These run about $10 each and weigh 59 grams. This is our first mini foot bag, and in my opinion, these are made for a particular type of player, which I am not. These are very small. I believe these are for doing very technical advanced tricks that I can't do. Out of all the mini foot bags we're going to do today, this is my least favorite. In my opinion, it is slightly overfilled. It is difficult to stall. These are not for beginner players. And because of that, this is going to be a 3.8. And next up is the Cosmic Staller. This is a 32-panel sand-filled foot bag. This one weighs 58 grams and runs about $8. You can find these on worldfootbag.com. These are a good foot bag. If you're looking for a more professional style 32 panel, these are really good for kicking. These are a lot of fun and they are pretty good for stalling. I would like to see slightly less fill. This is kind of a spongy bag. And because of that, this is going to be a 56. And here we have the Hall of Fame foot bag from worldfootbag.com. This is a 24-panel sand and rubber filled foot bag. This one weighs about 61 grams and only runs about $7. Now, as far as sand and rubber foot bags go, this is one of the better ones. This bag has really good pop from the rubber and stalls very well because of the sand. It has a very good fill percentage, and I really, really like this foot bag a lot. This is a 67. Next up is the Camo Ammo. This is a 14 panel metal and rubber filled foot bag. These are $8 each on worldfootbag.com and weigh in at 80 grams. This foot bag really surprised me. In my opinion, this is what the Fat Tire Pro wishes it was. Very, very cool designs, very cool durable fabric. This was built to last. This is a ton of fun to kick, and they got the fill percentage right on this. It's actually a stallable bag, and I believe every purchase, a certain amount gets donated to a vet service organization. It's a really good foot bag for a really good cause. Because of that, it's going in at 61. And this guy is called the Sand Blister. This is a 44 panel sand filled foot bag. This one weighs in at about 60 grams and costs $18 on worldfootbag.com. I don't know what to say about this foot bag. They can't all be winners. I'm not sure the reason behind this design. However, I also know that Pandemonium made a similar foot bag, which I'll get to. And also when Dragonfly was making foot bags, I believe they also had a similar model. I do not know the reason behind this. However, it does not stall well. It does not kick well. I feel bad being negative, but this is a 12. And here's our next low score. This is the Trojan. This is a 20 panel rubber filled foot bag. It runs $10 on worldfootbag.com and weighs about 56 grams. This is called the Trojan because it's filled with rubber. It's great for kicking if you want a really poppy bag. It's not too heavy. Imagine kind of a lighter version of the Camo Ammo, but this bag is not great for stalling and it smells bad. It's 20. And here we have the It's Ridic 32 panel sand filled foot bag. These run about $10.50 each. You can find these a lot on eBay and Amazon, and this one weighs 55 grams. Now this is, I believe, the second version. I think they have, the first version was pellet filled. This is the sand filled foot bag, and I have to say, this was a huge surprise when I bought this. I kept seeing ads for it on Amazon and eBay, and I decided to pick one up. This is very close to a professional style bag. However, it is only 55 grams. It is a little lighter. This is made with a very good quality ultra suede. This sticks to your foot nice. This is great for kicking. This is great for stalling. I was really, really impressed. Out of all of these oddball one-off foot bags, this is by far my favorite. This goes in at 74. And here we have the good old Jester. 12 panel, sand filled, $9 each, 62 grams. These are the beginner's best friends. We played a lot with these back in the early 2000s. These will stick to just about any stall. These are super floppy, great for beginners or maybe hacky sack players who are transitioning into tricks and stalls. However, it's as you start working on more advanced tricks, it's like setting a piece of pizza dough. This thing gets weird wobbles, weird spins. As you move on to advanced tricks, it's not great, but for beginners, this is your absolute best friend. This is a 62. Next up's the Hero. This is a 32 panel sand filled foot bag. These run about $10 each, and this one weighs 56 grams. This is another foot bag that used to be very popular back in the day. As you can see, it is a pretty floppy bag. It's a good size bag too. It's one of the larger bags. My only real problem with this is the fabric. As you can see, it's not made out of an ultra suede. It's almost like a pleather. It's I don't know. It's got a weird feeling. It wants to kind of slide on your foot more than stick to it. It's good for kicks. I mean, it doesn't have much pop, and it's okay for stalls. This is 55. And here we have the Whammo Hacky Sack Striker. This is an 8-panel sand-filled foot bag that weighs about 59 grams. These are very, very inexpensive at about $3 each. Typically, I find these at my local Walmart in the springtime, and then usually around summertime they get marked down to clearance. You can usually pick these up on clearance for like $1 or $2, but in my opinion, this is the same category as the Stolly. Now, Inside of this foot bag is actually a second bag, and that second bag is not round, it's flat. So if you go to stall it and it lands on the flat part of the inner bag, it'll stall great. If it lands on a seam, it's gonna roll off your foot. Um, Now, this hacky sack and the stolly both have a place, and I was kind of hard on the stolly, but as an introductory bag for kids, something you can get cheap and expensive, a good burner bag. You can send your kids to school with these, and you don't have to worry about them losing them. Um, it's a good bag. I mean, a bad hacky sack is better than no hacky sack, and I mean, it does have a place, but all in all, it's a bad bag. 21. Next up are the Epic Footbags. These are 32 panel footbags filled with pellets and sand, I believe. These weigh about 38 to 40 grams each, so they are very, very light, and these run $10 each or 25 or 20 for a 3-pack. I actually won all 3 of these off eBay for $1, and that is because these are bad. These have so much potential, awesome fabric, awesome stitching. The colors are great, but they only weigh 38 to 40 grams each. Again, by far the lightest bag on this list. It's like kicking a piece of watered up paper. These had so much potential. I was so excited to get these. Epic, if you're listening, you need to put heavier fill. Also, they're kind of overfilled. If you want, leave me a comment. I'll rip one of these open. I'll put some good sand, some good heavy fill, and make this a professional grade foot bag. But yeah, they're just too light to stall. They're not great for kicking, and because of that, 43. And last but not least, in the oddball category, we have the Jester Cord or Corduroy Jester. This is a 12-panel corduroy foot bag. It weighs 66 grams, costs about $12, and these are awesome. For some reason, I really like the corduroy fabric. Sticks to your foot well. It's got good weight. It's a good size. And unlike the other Jester I reviewed, these seem way more durable. I enjoy these foot bags a lot. Fun to kick, really great to stall. Again, something about this fabric, it just really seems to like stick to your foot. Great for beginners, maybe not great for advanced tricks. It is a little bit floppy, but I really like this bag, 66. And next up is the dirt bag category. I believe all these foot bags can be found on worldfootbag.com, and this is quite possibly the most popular foot bag brand here in America. So here we are starting off with the Stellar Staller. This is a 12-panel foot bag. I believe it's filled with sand, steel, and plastic. It has these glow-in-the-dark decals on it, runs about $8 each, and weighs about 65 grams. Now, I do not like this foot bag, and the only reason is these decals. They are very stiff and hard and make this bag extremely hard to stall. It's okay to kick, but you could go bowling with this thing. It is very hard, very stiff, and I don't have the time to break it in. There are much better foot bags out there for the same price, and because of that, 31. And here we have the 14-panel dirt bag. This is a sand-filled 57-gram foot bag, runs about $8 each. There's not much to say about it. It's a classic. It kicks well, it holds its shape well, it stalls okay. This one does need slightly more breaking in to be more stallable. I could use a little less fill in it, but yeah, overall, great to kick, good to stall, 63. And here we have the Fat Tire Pro. This is a 32-panel metal and rubber-filled foot bag. This one weighs 79 grams and they cost about $12 each. Now these bags have had a lot of publicity and I know a lot of people really like these bags. However, I am not a huge fan of the rubber metal hybrid bags, although I do really like the camo ammo. In my opinion, this one has too much fill. It's too spongy, too bouncy. It's really fun to kick. I mean, you feel like you can kick this thing to the moon, but it's too bouncy to stall. I'm not a huge fan of it. 51. And this little guy is the Dirtbag Mighty Might. This is a 14-panel metal-filled mini foot bag. These run about $7 each and weigh 57 grams. So compared to the last mini bag, the Squirt, I definitely prefer this one. This one has less fill, it feels heavier, it stalls easier. Again, I believe these mini bags are more for advanced players doing advanced tricks. It might not be for everybody. However, this one is easier to use than the Mighty Might, and because of that, I give it a 57. And up next is the classic 8-panel dirt bag. This is a sand-filled foot bag, weighs around 55 grams, and costs about $8 each. On World Footbag, you can get a dozen of these for $60 right now. That's only $5 a foot bag, just like the Sandmaster. These are great to kick. These are a great transition bag if you're going to start working on stalls and tricks. I believe it's slightly more durable than the Sandmaster. However, it does need slightly more break-in time. It is a little firmer, and because of that, 69. Next is the Dirtbag Hybrid. This is a special foot bag. This is a 12-panel foot bag with metal, plastic, and sand filling. These only run about $8 each and weigh 58 grams. Now, what makes these foot bags so special is that each one of these panels is filled with sand, and in the middle is hollow. There's a chamber that's filled with metal and plastic. So when you go to stall this foot bag, the initial sand panels hit your foot, and then the middle chamber compresses, and the sand panels on top almost cause it to sink in and like double stall on your foot. This is one of the easiest foot bags to stall, and yet with it being hollow and having pellets in it, it is amazing to kick. I really love this foot bag. I am shocked that other companies aren't trying to do this. This thing is special. I love it. It's going in at 80. And next is a 32-panel dirt bag. This is sand filled, 57 grams, about $13, and kind of a letdown. Again, so much potential. Awesome fabric, great ultra suede, great stitching, great colors. However, this bag is just too full. It's almost spongy. It feels like there's stuffing or foam or something inside this bag. I don't know what's going on in there, but I don't like it. I mean, it's great to kick, but not as good to stall as it should be. If you want, leave a comment. I'll rip one of these open, see what's inside. But I like it, I don't love it. 58. And here we have the Special K. This is a metal and rubber filled foot bag. It runs about $12 on worldfootbag.com, and this one weighs 64 grams. Now I have to say, this was a surprise. I did not expect to like this. I didn't even know that Dirtbag made the Special K. I've seen them advertised, but I never bought them. However, this turned out to be a really good foot bag. Good weight, the rubber has good pop, but the fill percentage is really low. It's super easy to stall. All around, this is great to kick, great to stall. Really surprised by this, 73. This is the Legend 42-panel dirt bag. It is sand-filled, 48 grams, and about $12 on World Footbag. This is another one of those bags like I never would have bought, but I'm glad I did. This bag is extremely easy to stall, great for kicking, holds its shape well. This is the highest rated dirt bag on this list. It truly plays like a professional hand-stitched bag, but at a fraction of the cost at $12. I really like this Legend 42 panel. This gets an 81. And we're gonna follow that up with the Dream dirt bag. This is a 50-panel sand-filled bag at 57 grams and about $14 on worldfootbag.com. I thought this was gonna be an amazing foot bag. It's definitely a larger bag, but when I got it and started playing with it, it's too full. This is more of a kicking bag than a stalling bag, and at $14, I think you have better options. This is a 53. Finishing up the dirt bag category, we have the Mega Metal. This is a 64 gram, $9 foot bag. Honestly, I was really surprised by this. This is one of those foot bags that I would have never bought. I see them online and I just think it's a gimmick. These things can't play well. But then I saw one left in the basket at Zoomies, and the guy working did not want to sell it to me. I believe this was their store bag that they played around with. In between customers, this thing's so broken in. It's definitely seen better days, and the sticker that was on it was completely worn off. I'm just going to assume that they all come this broken in. These metal studs really don't affect the play. Really, actually impressed by this bag. It kicks well, it stalls well, really good weight, 64. And moving on, this is the Pandemonium category. You can find all of these foot bags at footbagnet.com. This is a larger company with a larger selection, and because of that, they have some of the best and absolute worst foot bags. And I'm just going to get this one out of the way right now. This is called the Prometheus. This is a 44 panel pellet and iron filled foot bag, $14. This one is somehow even worse than the Sand Blister. It's just too overfilled. Kind of a firmer fabric, I guess. I don't see the purpose. These things, they don't stall, they don't kick straight. I mean, some people might like these. I really don't. I'm sorry. This is 10. Next up is the Spectre. This is a 6-panel sand and iron filled bag. These run about $13 each, and this weighs about 60 grams. I should probably also mention that the Footbag Net, the Pandemonium people, they have an eBay store, and you can buy a lot of like 3 and 4 packs at discounted prices. Okay, so this is the Spectre. This is a very cool looking foot bag. I really like the black and gold. I like the shine to it. However, I do not like this fabric. It does not want to stick to your foot. It wants to slide off it. Fun to kick, not great to stall, 52. Okay, moving on up. This is the Prophecy. This is a 32 panel sand and iron filled bag. This is right at 63 grams and at $14. This is very, very close to a professional bag. Good weight, good fill percentage, great to kick, great to stall. I really, really like this foot bag. Like, this is as close as you can get to a pro bag without buying a pro bag, almost. There's some others to come, but this is really impressive, 89. And here we have the Pandemonium Fury. This is a 42 panel iron filled 60 gram $15 foot bag, and this thing is awesome. Great fill percentage, awesome weight. I really like the paneling. It stalls amazing. It holds its shape. I actually got this in a 4-pack on their eBay page. I think I paid $45 for 4 bags. Really, really like this bag. This is going right up there with the Prophecy, the Fury, 87. And we're up to our first big bag on the list. This is the Corrosion. It is a 44 panel sand filled bag. It weighs about 60 grams and costs about $10. This is a larger foot bag, I'd say 2.5 inches. Now, Pandemonium does use a slightly stiffer fabric, so it's not the greatest for stalling. I kind of wish it had more weight for something this size, or slightly more sand, slightly more fill. However, larger bags are incredibly forgiving and easy to control and kick. It's a really fun bag. I give this 54. And we're gonna follow up the Corrosion with the Contagion. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. This is a 32 panel sand bag. It's another jumbo bag, $9, 60 grams. With this being less panels and larger panels, this one is easier to stall than the previous bag. Again, really big bag, really easy to control and kick for beginners, but not the greatest for stalling. However, I do like this one better than the Corrosion. This is going to be a 59. And we're going to follow up the big bags with the Cyclone. This is an 8-panel sand bag, about $8 and 60 grams. And spoiler alert, we're going back down to the bottom shelf. This bag does not want to stay round. This is not a Pandemonium thing. I believe this was an error at the manufacturer. This foot bag, no matter what I do, when I start playing with it, it just doesn't want to stay around. This corner pops out. And for that reason only, this is going to be 11. And we're going to follow that up with the Volcano. This is a 14-panel bag with sand and iron filling, 60 grams, $12. I got this in another one of those 4-packs off eBay. So yeah, this is a pretty good foot bag. It's got good weight to it. It's got good feeling to it. It holds its shape well. But this bag, in my opinion, is for kicking. It's not great for stalling. It's too overfilled. And for that reason, it's going to get a 50. And here we have the Virus, 12 panels, sand filled, 60 grams, $14. In my opinion, this is a kicking bag. Super high quality. I like the material this is made out of. This bag is built to last. If you're going to be playing in low light situations and you don't want to lose your bag, this bag is perfect. Again, mostly for kicking. It's too puffy to stall, really. And for that reason, it's going to be a 45. And this is the Vortex 32 panel, sand filled, 60 grams, $9. One of the lower price Pandemonium bags, and I'm not sure why. Great weight, it has good fill percentage, it stalls great, it kicks well, cool design. I really like this bag. It's going to be a 79. And now we're entering the Pandemonium Professional Series bags. This is the Akuma Pro. This is a 32 panel iron filled bag, 60 grams, $19. This is a professional style foot bag. This is made with a better ultra suede material. It is softer. It is even better than the Prophecy. Yeah, it's a pro bag for $19. It plays exactly like you want a pro bag to play, install. It's not the greatest for kicking, but when I'm looking for a professional bag, this is pretty much exactly what I want. At $19, great price. I highly recommend this if you're looking for a low cost professional bag. This is a 91. And this is the micro version of the Akuma Pro. This is the Akuma Micro. I hope I'm saying that right. 32 panel, iron filled. Again, great, soft, ultra suede, amazing fabric, amazing stitching. 60 grams, so even though it's a smaller bag, same weight, $17. If you're looking for a mini bag or a micro bag, this is perfect. Again, just professional quality. I really love this bag. However, I do like the regular size bag. It's slightly more, but this is going in at 90. And moving on, we have the bomb foot bag category. All of these can be bought at bombfootbags.com. I'll tell you right now, these are all pretty awesome bags. They do use a slightly stiffer fabric. It's still a super nice ultra suede, but as far as foot bags go, most of these foot bags at the time of recording this can be purchased on bombfootbags.com with promo codes that are actually on the website. You can get a buy two get one free or buy three and get two free. So amazing deals. All of these foot bags can be found at bombfootbags.com. Okay, so to start this off, we have the Kaboom. This is a 12 panel sand and plastic filled bag. This has a 65% fill percentage, 2.3 inches, 71 grams, and $10. Yeah, for a pellet bag, it's good weight. It stalls great. However, I think this bag is more for kicking, and because of that, 68. But overall, not bad. Next up is the Aftershock 14 panel, sand filled, 65% full, 2.5 inches, 59 grams, and $10. For some reason, I don't like this one quite as much as the Kaboom, even though this one is just sand. It has like a coarse sand filling. It's good for kicking and good for stalling. There's really nothing wrong with this bag. 65. And we're gonna follow up the Aftershock with the Burley Buckshot, 14 panel, metal and plastic filled, 70 grams, $11, 50% full. This is an awesome bag. With the plastic fill, has good pop. It's awesome for kicking. With the metal fill and the percentage, in the fill percentage, it's also awesome for stalling. It is slightly larger at 2.25 inches, but this is an awesome bag, 75. And up next is the Heat Hybrid Pro, 32 panels, sand and metal filled, 70 grams, $13, 55% filled. Again, sand and metal. It's got awesome stitching. It is a slightly stiffer fabric, but it does break in very quickly. I really love this bag, 85. And this is the Missile, 26 panels, metal and plastic filled, $12, 70 grams, 2.25 inches, 60% full. Just another awesome bag. It's metal and plastic, so it has a little bit more pop for kicking. I really like this bag. Again, 76. And this is the Napalm, 18 panels, metal and sand. This is a smaller bag of 2 inches, $11, 60% full. Bomb Footbags puts out some of the most like consistently good foot bags, and with the like the buy two get one deals, it's amazing prices, just awesome. The Napalm gets an 83. Next is the Heat Mini Pro, 32 panel, metal filled, 68 grams, $13, 2 inches, and 50% full. So it's slightly less full than the Napalm, but with the metal fill, it weighs slightly more. It's just awesome. I love this foot bag. It's an 88. And we're going to finish up the bomb category with the Shockwave. It is a 50 panel bag, 60% full of metal and plastic, 70 grams, 2.2 inches. So it's a little on the heavier side. It's got good size. Again, the plastic gives it a nice pop. The metal helps it stall. It's just awesome. I mean, it might be a little bit full for my liking. Like this one fills a little bit more than 60%, but again, just my preference. Still an awesome foot bag. And as I'm closing out the bomb foot bag category, I just gotta say, best bang for your buck. Awesome bags, always great customer service. Check out Bomb Foot Bags. 77. Moving on, last category we have is the Footclan. These are some of the coolest looking designs on any foot bags. I love the color schemes. Really cool bags, really cool merch, stickers and hats and shirts, and awesome customer service. So we're going to start off with the 12 panel Footclan logo classic pellet bag. This is a pellet bag. It is kind of full. This bag is mainly for kicking. So this is going to go lower on the scale. This is going in at number 60, but again, that's only because this bag is made mainly for kicking, and this is rating on a freestyle foot bag scale. So this will be the lowest rated bag. This is a 60. Moving on. And next we have the 32 panel electric skull. It is a 50% fill with metal. It is $18 and 70 grams. I don't know if the camera's showing it, but this bag is very dirty because I play with it all the time. It is a thicker ultra suede, but is very soft and sticks to your foot really nicely. It is kind of a stiffer bag, but it's heavy enough to where it doesn't affect how it stalls, but when you set it, it holds its shape really nicely. This is one of my favorite bags. I play with it all the time. This is going in at 86. Next is the 14 panel sand filled Footclan classic bag. This is 65% filled, weighs 59 grams, and is $16. Great sandbag. I mean, fun to kick, awesome to stall. It's all around just a great bag. This is 71. And this is the 32 panel shuriken bag. This is a 50% fill with sand and metal, weighs 70 grams, and costs $18. This is just a good old classic 32 panel bag. It really plays like a professional bag or a hand stitched bag. Good ultra suede on this. One other thing I need to mention is that Footclan is constantly dropping new releases in limited time runs. So if you look online, you may not see these same bags. I actually already placed an order for a bunch of new bags that just dropped. Again, check out this website. They always have new stuff. And this is a 72. Next up is the 14 panel pizza bag. This is a metal and plastic loose filled bag, $16 and 67 grams. This has great pop because of the plastic, and it stalls extremely well because of the metal. I really enjoy this bag. Cool logos, cool artwork. If you didn't notice, there's kind of a TMNT theme. I'm really excited if I do a part 2 to show off the new bags I just ordered. Yeah, $16, and this is a 78. And to finish up the Footclan group, we have the 18 panel Peace Sun. This is 50% fill with sand and metal, $18 at 65 grams. For an 18 panel, this plays like a professional bag. Really good fill, great for stalling, pretty good for kicking. Typically, if I'm not reaching for the electric skull, this is the one I reach for. I really like the Peace Sun. Yeah, just overall, awesome bag. This is gonna take that 84 spot. And that wraps it up for part 1. This was only 54 bags and I've already found dozens more. I haven't even touched the foreign markets or the hand-stitched bags yet. If you know of a bag you want to see featured in part 2, please let me know in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thanks so much for watching.